Refeeding is an important part of the water fasting experience. I would go so far as to say it is the most important part of the water fasting experience, other than fasting itself. So this video is going to talk about just the basics of refeeding. Refeeding, by definition, is simply reintroducing solid foods into your diet. This is going to help you rebuild your electrolyte stores, and it's going to switch your body most of the time from the state of ketosis back into a glucose-based diet. For those of you that want to stay in ketosis and transition into keto, I'll have a specific video just for you. The length of your fast is going to help determine not only what you can eat when you break your fast, but also how much. So if you have fasted for less than 7 days, that's 1 day through 6, less than 7, then you will break your fast pretty much identically. 3 days of half portion sizes, and a maximum of 1,000 calories per day taken in, and no processed sugars. That's it. That's your refeeding system if you fasted for 1 to 6 days. If you fasted for 7 days or longer, what you eat and how much you eat needs to be more carefully thought out. You're still going to use the calculations we did in a previous video for your overall refeeding timetable and calorie intake. However, the first 3 days should always be limited to 1,000 calorie total intake. This gives your body time to adapt to food coming back in it, and it also helps you build up your electrolyte stores and make sure that you transition slowly back into solid foods. Certain foods should be avoided during the early part of your refeeding. Those foods are going to mostly be processed foods, processed sugars, and extreme complex carbohydrates like pastas, things of that nature. However, some foods are generally considered perfect for refeeding, and you already know it, they're going to be healthy foods. That's going to be your fresh green vegetables, leafy greens like spinach, broccoli, kale. Those are great. Eggs, boiled or scrambled. Small amounts of cheese. Broths, bone broth, chicken broth. Broths are great. Vegetable soups, also great because they have a lot of water content. So the amount of actual solids you're taking in is small. These are all things that are advised to be taken in moderate quantities during the early days of your refeeding. Let's talk about the duration of your refeeding. So I always put people on a 4-week plan when they break a fast. This is going to ensure the weight that you've taken off stays off. If you keep to this plan, you will 100% lose even more weight by the end of it. And you'll also stay healthy. That's important to me. The general rule of thumb is that half the days you fasted is the number of days you should refeed. So if you fasted for 21 days, you should refeed for 10 before you go back to eating just normally in normal quantities. I go a step further. I do a 28-day system. 28 days after you break an extended fast, you run the system, you will lose weight, you will be healthy. That's all you need to know. I look forward to seeing you in our next class.